Because I'm downloading it right now.
Okay,
And I'm gonna re-download Smite.
yeah, I don't like that game. It's just not me. I like Paragon so much more.
Paragon, like, Smite's more believable.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I get Dota more than I get League of Legends, even though I don't really play or even watch much of that stuff.
I just look at League of Legends videos
We're doing Neverwinter, right? I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm starting with them now.
I only played it when it first came out, so no, and I don't plan on going back to it. Like, I would go back to Paragon. It's just I feel like it's not too complex of a game. It's like the same story over and over again. It's, yeah, but like Dota, they change it up, and League of Legends they change it up. Paragon, they have changed it up a little bit, but it just takes them a lot longer to change it up.
And that's what I like about Smite. Smite changes up too.
Yeah, and like I just recently started playing Dungeons and Dragons with some friends, and I think I've had like 2 or 3 sessions to where I'm starting to understand the flow of it and the RPG-ness of it. Well, it's all about who you play with and what you're doing. Because I'm not playing like a very serious Dungeons and Dragons. It's something that a good friend of mine and other good friends of mine just come together and play. And we just have fun with it.
Yeah, so serious.
Yeah,
Like they'll have their whole living room like built into like a Dungeons and Dragons map, and I'm just like, oh my god, like
yeah,
that's just
yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
Like the closest friend that is into it the most, like he loves it, but he doesn't love it anywhere close to being that much. Like he enjoys other video games and other board games because we play a lot of different board games. Like, have you heard of Munchkin?
No.
Dude, that's a fun game. Like it's really like you know how when you're playing a video game RPG and you have armor equip, weapon equip, other like bonuses and stuff? It's basically
Yeah.
like that, where you have, you know, your helmet, armor, legs, your hands, you have your arm 1, your arm 2, or like your two-handed weapons and like your bonuses. And you basically work your way up through whatever the theme of the Munchkin is, because they have like, um, I'm trying to remember what the other Munchkin is. I think it's like Munchkin Jungle or Zombies. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's called Munchkin.
Like I don't know anybody who plays board games all like that.
Yeah. My favorite board game is Catan. It's like Monopoly, but it's more simple and it doesn't last forever. Because you know
No,
how
that's my kind
Monopoly,
of
it's
game.
fun. It's fun for like 2 3 hours, and then it's just like, when is this game gonna ever end? It's
Yeah, if you
like
start going longer than that, you just want to kill yourself.
it's like that, but it actually ends after that like 2 3 hour mark. And
Oh.
it's so funny sometimes because you literally give some nice hard wood for some nice soft sheep. That sounds like really fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it is. Because you basically have resources that you trade for, like wood and sheep, or some
Oh, is
resources.
it kind of like Monopoly, but like a medieval version of Monopoly?
Yeah, but it's not medieval. It's just like, here's an island and you're settlers. Settle that island.
Now that's
And
cool, and it's called Catan.
Catan. And the cool thing is, your island is your board, right? It's interchangeable. So you customize your board and how much points are on each space. So it's always a different game. No matter how many times you played it, it's always a different
Now
board.
now that's sweet.
Yeah, yeah. And they have expansions to where you can have like pirate ship battles, another island, like the pirates and the island at the same time. It's fucking massive. Like, it's so big too that they literally have World Catan championships every year. And have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, I played it a little bit, but I just can't get into those games anymore.
Yeah, I know what you're saying because like I got into Magic the Gathering. Like it is so fun. It makes you smarter because it makes you think you're playing against some fucking geniuses. And when you kick one of their asses, you're like, hell yeah. But it's just
One of the
always
geniuses that always have
changing.
their ass crack hanging out.
Very few people are like that. You know, there's those people in the world. They're playing video games right now for the most part, but in Magic the Gathering, it's such a multicultural. Like everybody's different. Like I've played with some hot chicks. You know, just go into your local card store. There's like 3 fucking hot chicks in this tournament. And I'm like, wow. And this is just like local shit, you know? Like chicks love Magic the Gathering. But those like big fat like nerds, yeah, of course they exist, but they're not like grotesque like you remember from high school. Like they matured a little bit and grew up. Oh shit. So for the most part, most of them are like hygienic and very nice. But they finally have a new video game coming out for like consoles and PC. That's gonna be really fun. And we've been waiting on that shit for like 4 or 5 years now.
Oh man, I'm playing with my headset on this time, Dark Souls.
Oh yeah. Have you played Until Dawn?
No.
It was a free game for PS Plus. Did you ever download it?
No, I have it added to my inventory, but
Dude, you'll like that game. It has a great first playthrough. It's the one game that has made me jump so many fucking times. Like, it is so, especially with those headphones, playing in the dark by yourself. It is horrifying. Horrifying. Ugh. And it has a really good story. I hear it kind of fizzles off your second and third playthrough, but I haven't played it a second or third time. I've only played it like one way through. And I was stupid and spent like $12 on it. And then like 3 months later, it's free. I can't wait to play Prey.
Why can I destroy all the stuff in Dark Souls 3, but like I never get anything from the barrels?
Is there is there other things you can get items from other than the barrels?
Well, you can't get items from the barrels. Like I destroy every barrel I see, and I never get an item.
But is
To
there
do a
ever
chest
items in
though,
the
or like,
barrels?
nope.
Then don't destroy the barrels.
Well, because like they're destroyable, and like there's bound to be an item in one of them.
I remember Bloodborne, and yeah, there's a shit ton of barrels, but only a few of them are gonna have collectibles, but they're never like items like used in the games. Um, yeah, I really don't know much about Dark Souls. Because the only RPG I'm actively playing right now is Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Switch. And it's like, yeah, you want to destroy the barrels because half the time there is something in there. And the boxes. And the pots. Pottery. Have you played a Switch yet?
I have not. And I don't want to get one because I wouldn't like play it enough.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there because, you know, I have a PS4. I got a PC now that I play with friends every once in a while, even though I don't have like a desk or monitor to play at home quite yet. But this Nintendo Switch is like my second console. And I do play it a lot because you can take it anywhere. And I mean anywhere. And play it with multiple people anywhere. It is so fucking cool. Like, I take it to work a lot. And I play with people at work when it's fucking dead. Or I just play by myself. Like, it is so fucking worth it.
That does seem pretty cool.
Like, did you ever play any of the Zelda games?
No, I did not.
Neither did I. Like, I like fooled around with a little bit that like friends had that game, but I never understood the game, knew what the hell anything was going on. So, Zelda Breath of the Wild is the first Zelda game I've ever really played, and it's amazing, man. It's really really fun. They do have Super Mario, like Galaxy or some shit coming out. That seems like it's going to be really fun. And then they have a whole bunch of mini games that are really fun. Mario Kart, of course, is really fun. They have this new game called ARMS that's fun, but so fucking hard because it's so fucking different. It uses like motion controls and shit, and it's really fucking weird. But the Switch itself is so fucking fun to play no matter fucking what. It doesn't have, you know, your Madden games that are really fucking fun. They're just beautiful. Your Uncharted, Last of Us, Final Fantasy 15, none of that stuff. But it has other games that you can't play on the PS4 or the Xbox or the PC. It's like Nintendo exclusives, and it's really fun to go to every once in a while. And what I did is I pre-ordered 2 of them when they were announced, and got 2 of them when they were released, and sold the second one. I thought I was going to sell it for like twice what it was worth and get a Switch for free, basically. But it was really weird how this shit released, because they had some negative PR with quality control that forced some people who pre-ordered to not follow up on their pre-orders. So a good 1 million to 10 million people, no telling really what number is correct on that, They just didn't get it. They're just like, I'm going to wait until at least Christmas time. Like, even though a friend who had that shit pre-ordered, he's excited, but he got scared because he heard that a lot of it was like weak sauce. So a lot of people weren't really gung-ho the first week it was out. And I had like my extra Switch. Nobody's wanting to buy it for $600. And I'm like, the best I can do is sell it for $400, even though I got it for $300. I'm making $100. It's better than like fucking just holding on to this Switch and losing some money. So I sold it for $400. But dude, a week later, you know, after a week or 2 weeks of the Switch being out, it fucking caught a firestorm. And it still to this day, it's hard to get a Switch. And so those things are selling anywhere from like $400 to $600. And the second week it was out, I literally would have sold it for about $600 because it was so rare and nobody had any of them to sell. So I kind of learned my lesson when it comes to the console release game. Hold on to it. In a week or two, even if it's not in demand, it will be in demand because they make so few of them at the start that it becomes such a high demand that people are going to pay out the ass for it. Sorry I'm fucking rambling. I'm drinking some really nice beer and getting some nice buzz.
Oh, it's all good. But what kind of beer are you drinking?
It's an IPA that comes from a brewery that's about 30 minutes from here, where I live. So it's pretty nice drinking an Oklahoma beer that actually tastes good. Because when it comes to all the 50 states, I'd say Oklahoma is probably 46th when it comes to brews. Because they have such a Bible Belt viewpoint on their laws when it comes to alcohol. So it's hard for craft breweries to survive in Oklahoma. But the past like 10 years, laws have been changing and it's become easier for breweries to come through. But yeah, it's called a Rough Tail. That's the brewery. And it's really good. Like just your stereotypical IPA that's not like too hoppy or too malty. Just right there, nice even. Has some spice to it, but like I can't really narrow down the taste quite yet. It doesn't have a fruity feel. It's more piney. So when it comes to piney smells and tastes, I can't really narrow down the hops. But like when it comes to like those fruit IPAs, I can narrow down to where it's like orange, pineapple, mango, grapefruit, whatever. Do you like a lot of hoppy beers?
Oh yeah, I love hoppy beer. It's my favorite beer. Favorite type
Nice.
of beer
Yeah.
is hoppy beer. Like I love IPAs.
You're up north in Ohio, so you're close to where Lagunitas and is it Illinois, like Chicago that they're in?
Yeah, and then I'm also close to Rheingeist. I don't know if you've heard of Rheingeist.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not like narrowing it down in my mind. Like I went to North Carolina this summer for like 2 weeks. And I went to the Sierra Nevada brewery they have up there, and it's like a Willy Wonka of breweries. It is insanely nice. And that's one of my favorite breweries is Sierra Nevada. And dude, your Ohio State Buckeyes, what the fuck? They're supposed to beat them Gooners last Saturday.
I thought you liked the Sooners.
No, I'm a cowpoke, man. I'm Oklahoma State.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Baker
so-
Mayfield's the shit.
Oh. Why? Why did you just say that, dude? You're supposed to say fuck that guy. Oh.
I mean, I'm gonna give him his credit. He's good. He beat us.
Oh yeah, I'll say he's good, but man, that fucking prick. Did you ever see his arrest video?
No, I
Oh
forgot
fuck.
he got arrested.
Fucking exactly. Okay, what did he do after the game with the flag? What did he do?
He put it on the 50-yard line.
Oh my god, yes. But if you ask any other college fan for the majority, they're gonna tell you he planted it. But if you look, he did not plant it. Like it's turf and it was just like a pole. Like he plants it and then just lets go and it falls down. Like the whole narrative is he planted it at the 50-yard line. I'm like, no, he didn't plant it. If you're saying he planted it, then that means he failed. Because it's a good like gif if you go how he just lets go of the flag and it just fucking drops. It's so funny. And then just this random player goes like thinks it's the American flag and just like picks it up and they just like hand it off and make sure it doesn't touch the ground ever again. It is so funny. It is so funny. But dude, I was so on that bandwagon for OU to get beat by OSU 3 times in one season. Because, okay, you have Ohio State, that's OSU number 1. That would have been defeat number 1. Then there's Bedlam, that's Oklahoma State, that's number 2 defeat. We have Big 12 championship coming back. And there's a possibility for there to be a rematch of Bedlam, which is OU OSU, in the Big 12 championship. So I was on that bandwagon for OSU to win every single game.
Or if that could have happened, it could have been maybe if OU would have won in Bedlam, it could have been Ohio State and Oklahoma as a rematch in the playoff and still another chance to get beat.
Yeah, but at the same time, if OU beats Oklahoma State in Bedlam, Oklahoma State could have a rematch in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the Big 12 conference fucking sucks. Like, local radio, every fucking day when it comes to college football, they're like, holy shit, the fucking Big 12 sucks. Why didn't OU, OSU fucking go to another conference when they could have? We're probably looking at a Bedlam ×2 this year, just like we have in basketball, where OU, OSU plays twice because they're probably going to see each other in the Big 12 championship. So every day I hear that shit that they're going to play in the Big 12 championship. And then you're a Boston Celtics fan, right? Or is that just camo? Okay, you are too. Yeah. So.
No, he's not even a Celtics fan. He doesn't even like basketball a whole lot.
Okay, then it is just you that's. There's somebody else that's friends with you that's a Boston Celtics fan too.
Yeah, that's my buddy Terrence.
Yeah.
Bruins 12.
Yeah, okay, yeah. See, here in OKC, we are fucking pumped for that Paul George, Russell Westbrook combo. Ooh, that's dirty. Because we finally got a replacement for Kevin Durant, dude. If we would have had Paul George last year, we would have been in the fucking Western Conference Finals against fucking Golden State. Like, plain and simple. But anyways, when it comes to local radio, they're already talking about not only Paul George not being here next year, but Russell Westbrook not being here next year. They're like 50-50 when it comes to Russell Westbrook being here next year. And what I hate so much is, okay, Kevin Durant left us. A good 2-3 years before he left us, the fucking radio was already talking about him leaving us. Like, it fucking sucked. For like 2-3 years, they're debating on the radio if Kevin Durant's going to leave us or not. And, like, I feel like they gave him a gateway to make it acceptable to the fan base for Kevin Durant to leave. I'm just so pissed off over that shit. It sucks. It's like bad mojo, man. Don't talk about your players leaving. Like, ugh. Like, of course they can leave. Like, they can leave at any fucking point they want to. They can fucking retire. Like, Calvin Johnson, he just straight up retired. Like Marshawn Lynch even straight up retired on the Seahawks and then came back and now he's on the Raiders. It's like shit happens. Like if you talk about it, it probably will happen. Oh, fucking wrong thread.
I was joking around one time. I was like, what if Calvin Johnson came back and just like joined the Patriots?
Yeah, he'd do something like that. Or he'd join the Cowboys.
Like, that would have been fucking
or he'd join the
hilarious.
Packers. But he's been out so long, and I remember, I think it was ESPN or somebody interviewed him over the offseason. And he's like loving life. He's made some excellent business decisions to where he's pretty much making money to where coming back to the NFL is pointless unless they're doubling the money he's already making.
Yeah, I'd much rather do that.
And Patrick Willis, when he left the 49ers, man, they fucking dropped. They wouldn't have had that fucking Colin Kaepernick controversy if Patrick Willis would have stayed.
So I ordered a big, like, 18-piece drawing set and then a sketchbook from Amazon, right? And I thought the sketchbook was going to be, like, a good size. I didn't look at the dimensions. The sketchbook is small as fuck, and I'm pissed.
Like an 8x11 size or some shit?
I got it right here. It's a 5.5 by 8.5.
That's even worse than 8x11. Damn.
Well, I didn't pay attention. Like, it would have been nice to have an 8 by 11. That's what I really wanted, but I didn't pay attention. I was just like, oh, a sketchbook. But I mean, I haven't drawn in so long.
Dude,
so
my mom loves that size. No homo. Or no... What?
Yeah.
Shit.
I was like, no homo, your mom is a woman, right?
I really meant to say, no, that's what she said, type shit, whatever the fuck that is. But, she likes to doodle. She doesn't really like to sketch big things. She just likes to doodle and sketch really simple things on small sizes. Because she's more of a paper arts and like watercolor and shit like that.
Yeah, well, what was it? Like, I haven't drawn in so long, and I basically just need to teach myself how to draw again. So, I mean, this is a good sketchbook to do it, because I can just do, like, little practice exercises. Like, my first 2 pages, I don't know if you're familiar with anime at all.
Slightly.
Have you ever heard of the anime Fairy Tail?
No. Pretty much, most anime I know would be like Pokemon, like a few of the Dragon Ball Z that like friends like, and then there's like the Wario, Spirited Away.
Oh yeah.
And
I
like
like that.
Hell's Moving Castle. I haven't seen that one. Princess Nyoki. That's a good one. It's Princess Nyokai or Nyoki, some shit. But he's literally like the Walt Disney of Japan that is really good on anime full feature films. But yeah, go ahead. You're talking about anime Fairy Tail?
Oh, yeah, I was looking up how to draw their eyes, and I was just like practicing drawing their eyes and stuff.
Yeah, my mom's like an excellent artist, and it didn't cross over to me. Like, I can doodle and that's it.
Well, drawing's something you gotta learn, like, no matter how gifted it may seem that you are.
But I've tried.
Practice.
I've given it some time, and I can't even make any lead through. And Jim Carrey, he's a legit artist right now. You've noticed how he hasn't been in a lot of movies recently? It's because he's just straight up painting. and it's amazing. There's a good 5-minute video, and like I thought he's fucking joking for the first minute or two because it's just so funny. Just seeing him do this and the passion that he puts towards it. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking
Because you're just
hilarious.
used to him not being serious, and then you see him like painting seriously.
Yeah, of course, but I've seen the serious side of Jim Carrey, like in your spotless spot of a whatever mind, which I've tried watching a handful of times. I can't even get halfway through. I'm just like, this movie sucks. But he's done serious roles before. And he's not really serious in it. He's just himself. And you can see that he puts himself in a lot of his like funny roles. And that's why it really seems like he's just being funny, because he's being himself, because he's naturally funny. Is kind of what I'm getting to. But he's being totally serious, like that's his shit. And the paintings are fucking phenomenal. Like, it's some Jackson Pollock meets like some almost Van Gogh, but not really. Just like modern Jackson Pollock with like some sculpture, like in-depth, like on-point shit. Some even portraits of Jesus. He puts what he thinks Jesus looks like and then does like a colorful like splash on it. Or colorful like just throwing shit on it. It's awesome.
He's just like, hey guys, I'm Jim Carrey, and this is what I think Jesus really looks like. And just starts painting seriously.
Yeah, he does spend like 30, 45 seconds saying, man, this is just what I think Jesus looks like. Just this nice, happy, good-looking guy. Of course,
everybody thinks Jesus is... Jesus is Middle Eastern, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
He's not white. He's not white. That's straight up. It's not what people say that like Southern American, like white supremacist ideal of Jesus being white. It started in Europe, in England. They started making him look white. Because if you look at medieval paintings, you can see a lot of them, he's tan-skinned, and then a lot of them he starts to turn white. And then after that period, up to like, you know, when you have your King James Bible, your Martin Luther, who did his Lutheran separation, all those, what's the P word I'm thinking of? Not polemetrist. Not protagonists. Everything that's not Catholic is what? It starts with a P. You wear orange on Irish Day instead of green if you're a... But what word am I thinking of? Protestant. Okay, yeah. All your Protestant churches, when they were in Europe before they ever discovered America, they're already painting Jesus as a white person. Like, it started in Europe. It's not an American thing. Because even the Spaniards, they'll paint Jesus of having tan skin. But, of course they do, because they have tan skin. But if you think of your ancient Jesus, he has tan skin no matter what. But there's not really many paintings of ancient Jesus. Because you have that medieval age that happened in the Dark Ages where they destroyed a lot of history. And then there's the Vatican. They're Italian. They painted Jesus as white, I think, but with a little bit of tan skin. I don't know for sure. I'd have to Google that. What does Jesus look like in the Vatican? Because that would have been like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo. and that shit. Like Renaissance era. But Renaissance isn't ancient, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to Google what qualifies something as ancient.
Yeah, because you never, like, people
How is history
refer to old stuff
qualified
as
as
ancient.
Go ahead and
I would have to
restart
say, like,
history.
more than, like, 500 years. Like, I'd classify ancient at least, like, a few centuries old.
Okay. It's the as far back as human time has existed. It's ancient history up to the early Middle Ages. And that makes sense because the early Middle Ages, that's when the Dark Ages are. They destroyed a lot of history. So it's basically the history that not much is known because there's not much written history. There's very little written history. So not much is known about ancient history. So there's only really theories and like scientifically supported evidence. I'm so fucking random, especially when I drink. Are you excited for Star Wars?
I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
That sucks, dude. Did you never see the original movies when you were a kid?
No, not really.
That's why.
I mean, the old Star Wars movies, too, were, like, a lot before my time.
They were before my time, too. But I was born in '89. So I was a young kid in the early mid-'90s. And that's when the VHS was really kicking it. And they went through and they released Star Wars on VHS. And my mom, she had my sister with another dad. And my sister is 18 years older than me. My sister was a young kid when Star Wars first came out. She was 7 years old in '77. So my mom and sister, they were a part of that first wave of Star Wars, where they saw the original film in the theaters. So they were instant Star Wars fans. So when I was a kid and they re-released it on VHS, my mom was like, "You have to watch this." And I was like, "No way, that looks fucking weird." Because, you know, it's fucking 30 years younger. Not quite 30 years, but like 25 years younger. I want to watch this. So my mom's like, okay. A good 3 times she tried, okay, this is the movie we're going to rent. And I'm like, no, Mom. After 3 times of telling her no, the 4th time she was like, tough luck, this is the only movie we are renting. Because the past movies I've rented, she never liked. And I'm like, oh, whatever, Mom, you're boss. You know, it's rather we rent a movie or we don't rent a movie. So, I watched that when I was a kid. But from the very first scene when Darth Vader is first introduced, I'm fucking hooked, dude. Oh, I'm hooked as a kid. As soon as I'm done watching that movie, my mom knew I liked it, and she's like, you know there's another 2 movies. And I'm like, what? So the next day we go out and rent the second one. But, okay, the second Star Wars film, have you seen all the original ones?
No.
Okay.
I think I've only seen Revenge of the Sith and, like, not Revenge of the Sith.
No, episode 3
what's
is Revenge of the Sith. Episode 3 is Revenge of the Sith. And then you have, basically, episode 1 is Phantom Menace, episode 2, Attack of the Clones, episode 3 is Revenge of the Sith. Okay, those movies came out when I was like an older kid. Like, I knew what the fuck was going on. Like, I still have Star Wars episode 1 toys that I saved. when that shit was coming out. Those movies fucking suck. Like, it's part of the story, but they don't fucking matter. The way Star Wars is right now, they don't fucking matter. So really, the only Star Wars films that hasn't come out within the past 3 years, the only ones that matter are the first 3 ones that came out in the 70s and 80s. And those are the only ones you need to watch. And that's probably why you don't like Star Wars, because you've only seen the ones that don't matter, and those fucking suck. So you never fell in love with it. But because the second movie that comes out is episode 5. That is the best of them all. Like, to date, all the Star Wars movies, there's been spin-offs, there's TV shows. All of them don't even touch episode 5. Episode 5 is the second movie that came out. It fucking sounds weird, but it's the best one. And that one, it fucking shook me as a kid, man. Like, literally, the main character is saying, no, 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 and I'm saying, no, 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 at the same time. It's fucking classic. It's one of the best films ever made for a fucking reason, because it's so damn good. But yeah, I'm excited for Star Wars coming out in December. Fucking stoked. Because the latest episode to come out was really good. I liked it. Introduced some new characters, new age, with some old age mix. And this one's where it's going to be straight up new age, getting taught by the old age, and some bad shit happening. Like, the bad guys win. The bad guys are winning this one. And that's the cool thing about Star Wars. It's so huge that it has such a huge villain character base. They're all so different that if you like a bad side, you're going to like the evil side. So there's a lot of fans out there that root for the bad side against the good side. It's fucking cool.
Dude, I hate this guy that I was just fighting in UFC. He was like one of those guys that just likes to run away the whole time. Especially when I started kicking his ass.
Are you talking about UFC 2?
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't played that online, but see, I got it when it was on sale for $12. No, I had it deleted. And I can't download it if I'm downloading Neverwinter. But I'm doing Neverwinter. It's rather that or Neverwinter. But that is a fun game to play local multiplayer. Like, I was over at a friend's, and there's like five of us or 4 of us together, and we just straight up traded off. Had so much fucking fun just beating the shit out of each other, knocking each other out or choking each other out, whatever the fuck. It's a fun game, but they need to work on it and improve for the next one, because it has so much visual glitches that it's really funny. But if you're taking the game seriously, like, people are gonna hate on it, and people did hate on it. That's why I never bought UFC 2, because like, I looked at videos and you have people just flying, glitching all over the place, even if they're not even being hit. Like, the opponent's just standing there and the fucker's just flying all over the place.
Those are rare though. Like, that's never happened to me. And I had like 200 online fights under my belt.
But, dude, when I was playing the local multiplayer, right after I downloaded it, if a player got hit, they'd sometimes fall down, but then just flop around for a quick split second. But only a split second. Because you can tell they patched that shit up to where if they do that, it doesn't last long. Because they've patched the game up pretty good to where it doesn't glitch like it first came out. But in the legs and arms will just go in 360 degree motions. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really, because I really don't do that anymore.
I swear, even when I'm just playing by myself against the computer, like you'll take a swing and it like kind of hits, but it just your arm goes like a windmill, like 360 degrees. Like that shit never happens in UFC. Like throw punch and it lands, but then all of a sudden you're throwing a windmill and then it's back into your like set pose. And same with the legs. Like when it kicks, sometimes your leg would go 360 degrees out of socket and be totally fine. That happens the most because I do a lot of kicks. But it's a fun game though. Like I like it, but it can just work on the physics and visual display. Because even Madden fucks up. So you're going to have some fuck ups, but it just seems like it does it every match a few times. Oh. What my god. Is it only 8:42? Holy shit. Feels really late. Beer number 3.
This guy's taunting me as he's getting, like, his body wrecked. And I hit him with some nasty head kicks, but he's taunting me like he's doing some shit.
Would you go to your high school 10-year reunion, like your official one, if it was $85 a ticket per like attendee.
No.
Exactly. Fucking sucks, dude. Because like I would go if a lot of people I knew was going, but only a few people I know that are going. I'm just like, $85, fuck. Because there's a lot of like wealthy, like high touty people, you know, in my class, and they're the ones throwing it, so they pick the most fancy fucking good looking spot in the whole city. So of course it's gonna be $85 a person. But all my close friends aren't going, so I'm just like, fuck it. If you guys aren't going, I'm not going. So we're going to Oktoberfest instead. So I'm stoked. Because I was kind of pissed that Oktoberfest was going on during the high school reunion, but I don't care now. I think we're going to throw an after party that's going to be free. Because one of the girls in my class, her dad owns one of the breweries in Oklahoma City that's been here for pretty much the longest. And they have plenty of fucking space to where you just show up there and they're going to make so much money on the fucking beer sales. Because my class was like 490 something, just under 500 people. And of course, not everybody's going to show up to high school reunion, but a good half of the fucking class would show up if it was free.
I just knocked this guy down twice by like destroying his ribs. I backed him up into the cage and I just started uppercutting his ribs and he just fell down. He survived though.
Have you seen the movie It yet?
I have not. I've heard so many good things about it.
Yeah, I saw it the premiere night, and it is good.
What's it about?
Dude, it's better that you not know because it will probably be more terrifying.
Also, it's a scary movie.
Oh yeah, so yeah, just go to watch it because it tells you what it is all about. You don't need to know anything, so it's best that you don't know anything. Just go and watch. Because I will say, my biggest con of the movie is that it's 15 minutes too long. Like they spend too much time in certain points of the story of the film, you know?
That's real critical. Like it's 15 minutes too long.
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. Like it's a good 2 hour movie, but 2 hours and 15 minutes, come on. Like, you could have cut it down a good 5-10 minutes, I know for fucking sure.
What's that one show, or that one movie where they go camping and there's those people in the control room controlling the woods and they can't escape? There's like a force field. Like the guy tries to jump his bike.
It's I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about because it's not the greatest. It's Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods. I love that movie. I watched it in theaters when it came out, and it was wild because like he's like, I'm gonna escape, and he ramped his bike and he was about to make the jump, and then he just slams into a force field. The bike explodes, his body explodes, and the girl's like, no, like freaks out, and I was like, holy shit. Oh, they put Cody Garbrandt on this game? Fuck yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Identity?
No.
That's a good one.
I haven't seen a whole lot of movies.
What about Joyride? Do you know Candy Cane? Are you there, Candy Cane? You don't know that one?
No.
Okay, you know who Paul Walker is? The Fast and Furious dude who passed away? Alright, he's in that movie, and it's one of my favorite movies of his. Because you'd recognize another actor and another actress in there. And the bad guy, the one that does the Candy Cane, hey, you there, Candy Cane? I don't even know if I'm doing it right. He's the bad guy in Silence of the Lambs. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't even seen Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, that's the first movie you ever got to watch. Is Silence of the Lambs. I'm telling you, that's one of the best films ever. Just like I'm telling you how Star Wars Episode 5 is one of the best movies ever. Like Silence of the Lambs, I would put right above it because it is that damn good. Because you know who Anthony Hopkins is, right?
No.
No? Oh my god. What about Jodie Foster? Like Panic Room and other movies? Dude, you know who Hannibal Lecter is? Like Hannibal? Like the guy who eats people?
Yeah.
Okay, Silence of the Lambs is like the pinnacle. It's the first movie. It's the best one. And there's some pretty good Hannibal movies out there. But Silence of the Lambs is a must-see. It won Best Picture, like 92, 93, I'd want to say. Because it's like an early 90s film. But, dude, Anthony Hopkins, you don't know who Anthony Hopkins is. Holy shit. So that tells me you need to see Meet Joe Black. Have you ever seen Meet Joe Black or heard of Meet Joe Black?
No.
Oh my god, Meet Joe Black. Because you know who Brad Pitt is, right? Brad Pitt? You know who Brad Pitt is?
Yeah.
Okay. Brad Pitt at his best is like Meet Joe Black for fucking sure. And then another movie that him and Anthony Hopkins is in, Legends of the Fall. Those two movies are my two favorite Brad Pitt movies, and I fucking love Brad Pitt, dude. Like, I'm almost homosexual for Brad Pitt. I mean, I'm not gay as fuck, as all. But I would fucking sleep with Brad Pitt if he demanded it. But I'm basically Brad Pitt's homeboy, man. He's a cool motherfucker. But, like, okay, Meet Joe Black, fucking Legends of the Fall, fucking Silence of the
He had to
Lambs.
have been fucking cheating. That fucking pissed me off. Sorry, he was fighting with some dude, and he was just way too fast. Like, he was doing some unrealistic bullshit. That was retarded. He was like, he threw like 6 uppercuts in a row at lightning speed and just switched to a leg kick automatically to a fucking like overhand hook. Like, that was retarded. Cody Garbrandt's from Ohio, though. Every time I always make it to the championshut bout online and then I fucking get wrecked. I was actually winning that fight, and then he got me stuck in a combo. I'm about to message that guy like he's way too fast. That's not even fair. About to send some mail to EA Sports and be like, you guys make Cody Garbrandt way too fast. That was a random ass rant, but that did just piss me off. Oh.
Like, another thing I recommend doing is Googling AFI's top 100 movies. And there's a list of your top 100 movies. And if it was made after the 80s, you want to see it for sure. And then there's a few before like the 80s that you want to watch. Because some movies are so old and long and just like kind of boring that it's just not worth watching. But yeah, Silence of the Lambs. That's a definite must watch. And then Meet Joe Black. I'd see
And are
those
these
two.
all horror movies?
Silence of the Lambs is a thriller. It's not a horror movie that is just straight up like out there to scare you the whole time. It's like a real life story that's so realistic and so like intense and a little bit scary that you're fucking terrified the whole time. And like, just from beginning to end, the Silence of the Lambs is so good. Ugh. And then like Meet Joe Black is a happy movie, I feel like. Even though there's some tragedy in it, it has a happy income, or happy outcome.
Happy outcome.
I'm fucking drunk. Shut up. And I fixed that before you fixed me. Anyway, but Meet Joe Black has one of the best soundtracks. Like Thomas Newman Howard or Thomas Howard Newman, whatever the fuck his name is. He's a great composer of like movie soundtracks. That Meet Joe Black. And it's Brad Pitt, dude, and his like golden time. Where it's just like, damn Brad Pitt, you are so damn good right now. Because you've probably seen Brad Pitt in Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
So you know that crazy Brad Pitt. But what about that Brad Pitt, like, Benjamin Button? Did you ever see Benjamin Button? Where he ages backwards?
No. I don't even know
You're
if
not
I've
a
seen.
movie
I
dude.
don't even know if I. Yeah, no, I don't really watch movies at all.
But
To be honest.
you should get into those movies. If you ever get a chance, like, don't watch stupid movies. You haven't seen that many good movies, so don't watch a movie unless it's a good one. It's not hard. Because I'm a movie buff. I strive to watch all these movies and have a database of movies in my mind. But it's hard for me to watch a movie that I like. Because I've seen all the good ones. Multiple times even. So it's hard to be entertained with movies. That's why I like music. Because there's so much music out there that it's just mind-blowing. You can't listen to all the good music out there. There's just too much. But movies is very... You can narrow down movies really. Like, fuck, if I was you, I wouldn't even do AF5's top 100 movies. I would just go to all the best pictures ever and just watch all the best pictures of all the Oscar movies. Because pretty much all the Oscar best pictures are good movies. Uh,
I saw this like meme where it's like a guy and a girl and a waiter sitting at a table. And so she's made it very clear that we are just friends, so if you could give us separate checks, that would be great.
Separate checks, eh? Can't pay for me.
I'm not taking a girl out and paying for her unless I'm taking her out on a date.
Yeah, like, I better be getting some head or tell, or like, you better be a girl I like.
I'm about to put my PS4 into rest mode so I can let this game download.
Damn. I only have like a pinch that I can see visually. I'm on that grind though, dude. I gotta get some Ultimate Team done. My buddy let me borrow NASCAR Heat 2. I really want to play that, but dude, this Madden game is so good, I just can't stop playing it. Like, I'll fucking fall asleep with this shit fucking on. That's how fucking stoked I am on it.
Looks like you're eventually gonna surpass my team.
Yeah, I honestly could in like an hour's time if I sold a lot of cards I've been holding on to. But I'm trying to get like all the team leaders done. Because like I got that elite player like, what was it, half an hour ago? Just doing like some of the first Raiders challenges. So I'm just trying to go from like team to team, whatever team I have the most players of is what I'll do next. And whenever I'm done with the challenges, I'll just sell those players and have coins to buy others. Fucking Champ Bailey interception. There are some ridiculous challenges, though, where it puts you 3 touchdowns down, and you only have, like, a minute of the third quarter and, like, 5 minutes of the fourth quarter to make up that deficit and win the game. The only thing I like about that shit is if you tie the game, it can go to overtime, and it still counts. But it's still hard to even fucking tie the game.
Dude, it's so amazing what you can do with all these different types of pencils.
Oh, as far as sketching?
Yeah. Because I don't just have like 18 of the same pencils. I have 18 pencils and they're all different.
Dude, I just got 20,000 coins because I did 175 challenges. So I got almost 30,000 coins now. I can finally get a kicker. But I'm just going to hold on to that shit.
So, I'm on Tinder and I'm 23. And, there's this girl that I matched with on Tinder and she's 18 and she's complaining to me about like real life situations and trying to get sympathy from me. And I was like, yep, you're not getting any sympathy from me.
Dude,
Like
sometimes
to me,
those 18-year-olds
like
are worth it because you can just toss them away easily.
Like, well, she's like a little like whore, and she wanted to come over, like a couple weeks ago, and I had just got off work, and I work nights, so like I go home, I go to bed right when I get home, so like I said no. And then I just hit her up asking her to come over tonight, and she texted me like I can't. She was like, I totaled my car so I can't drive, and she lives like an hour away, so I'm not gonna drive out there.
Yeah.
She was the one that was gonna drive out here, and then here, I'm texting her back. And, so, yeah, she's like, I totaled my car, and she worked at McDonald's full-time, and she was like, yeah, I totaled my car, and I don't know if the insurance is going to cover it. All I know is that I have bills that are due in 4 days, and I have no money, no job, and no car right now. And she was like, I just don't know what to do, and she keeps complaining, and I was like, oh, that sounds like life. Sounds like life to me. I know that sounds kind of cold-hearted, but
Yeah, I got a 22-year-old
I
right
don't
now
know.
that's like really
She
nice and
just she just wouldn't she just wouldn't stop, like, she won't stop complaining about it, like, and I won't, every
oh,
time, like, I just give her, like, another, like, I won't give her, like, a sympathetic statement. I'll just give her, like, random replies or try to change the subject, and she won't stop talking about it. It's like she wants somebody to feel sorry for her.
well, if she's hot and not catfishing you, then I'd say you're too busy to fucking deal with that shit, and you're broke as fuck right now taking care of your own damn self. Or the other option is just to ghost her and just not say anything ever again to her.
Yeah. No, I need to keep her by my side because she's, like, a good booty call. She's not, like, a date type.
Yeah, that's what the 18-year-olds
See,
are
look,
worth.
me, See, look, me, I'm 23. I don't want a relationship. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I
See,
don't want
dude,
to
I
settle
just
down until
turned
I'm like 28,
28, so
30.
I'm like, a relationship would be nice, but I'm still not gonna do it unless it's the right shit. So I'm just fucking horrible at that. No. But yeah, I got a 22-year-old. She's into me, definitely for sure, like submissive style. But like, she has no car. And like, I gave her my number, but she will not hit me up on that shit for some reason. So it's just like hit me up on there. That's how you can get to me ASAP. Like, I don't have notifications set or anything. Like, I just check the shit when I check the shit. And it's just been nothing. So I don't know.
Plus, I don't want like a girl like her. Like, she was like, the plus side is she's like, I'm about to get hired on at Arby's. And I'm like, oh god.
And the
Like,
biggest problem
I
I
don't want to
have
sound
though,
bad, but she seems like it'd be a downgrade. Like, I have like my own place, a semi-decent like truck, a 401k like benefits, and I have a solid at least I have a solid 15 hour job and everything, and I'm doing pretty good. And I don't want to downgrade to this girl that lives an hour away, just totaled her car, and only makes $8 an hour at Arby's. You know, like, it just seems like a waste of my time unless like we're just gonna fuck real quick and that's it.
exactly,
And at that point, I gotta wear a condom and pull out because I don't want to ruin my life by getting some 18-year-old pregnant that works at Arby's. And we can be like
exactly.
that white trash couple, or I'm like that husband that does all the work.
See, the good Ohio State ain't as bad as the Oklahoma State. It's the same problems. And I run into a lot of good girls that are that fucking crazy, but they have a kid, and it's just like, fuck. I don't want a girl that has a kid. I just
Well, the
don't.
thing that sucks is like I'm working all this overtime I can at my job, and you're trying to build up and get like a better car and eventually get a down payment for a house here in a few years. And
Exactly.
all the girls, all the good girls like that that are doing the same thing I'm doing, like have their own place and are building up in life. Like, they don't have we don't have time to like see each other or talk a whole lot. Because I got a couple girls like that I talk to, but like we can hardly talk to each other because we're just both so damn busy all the time. I mean, it may be like easier, you know, it might be easier if I work day shift, but I especially since I work night shift, like, it's so hard to talk to girls. Period. Let alone like one that's of my taste.
Yeah, like, I had this girl that's always been a friend of mine, but the problem is she's dated not only one but two of my really good friends, like good friends. So I was always and her mom and aunt are good friends with my mom. So it's just not something like I could just date a little bit to fucking fuck for a little bit. Like, I got to be serious with her. I just didn't do it. Now I'm just like, and you know what? Maybe it would be worth it because she's been working out a lot. She's always been really cute. She just had like knee surgery and like kind of chunked up a little bit, but she's really cute now. Has friends that are just total knockouts. So it'd just be good to make connections with all them really cute girls. But by the time I'm ready to date her, like, she's already seeing some other dude. She said,
Yeah, those cute girls, like when they're single, you gotta swoop them up when you can because they usually get like a boyfriend again, like real soon.
But the ones you we went to the same high school as you, they're just a few years younger, dated your friends with your mom. Like, it's just kind of weird. Oh, damn.
Dude, I really need to vacuum my apartment, but it's kind of too late because it's a weeknight. And since I, live in an apartment, that wouldn't go well. I only have one neighbor. Because, like, my apartment's on the outside, but I'd still wake him up. He works day shift.
I had this random chick wanting to fuck
my
one
fucking
night.
carpet is so goddamn filthy. Okay, keep going, my bad.
Yeah, I have one chick ready to fuck one night, but it was so late. And I'm like, alright, you gotta be quiet. And she was like, fuck no, I'm angry as fuck. Like, leave me alone. I'm like, no, like, my fucking neighbor can hear me right now. Like, at 3 a.m.? Fuck no. Like, I'm gonna fucking put my hand over your fucking face, put my pillow over your fucking head, whatever the fuck you gotta do. But
make her bite onto a towel or some shit.
No, she wasn't wanting it that rough, so like, whatever. Can't be quiet. And I was like, fuck, I'm telling a chick to be quiet before she's ever, like, actually coming over. I'm like, whatever, it's 3 a.m., I gotta do what I gotta do.
You got an IPA and I got Coors Light.
Oh, I feel sorry for your ass, because, dude, I didn't come
Well,
in
I'm not weak in between checks where you don't have a whole lot of money, so I can't be going out and buying, like, $10 six-packs right now.
Dude, I totally understand that, but see, the way I used to be, I could not stand hoppiness. Like, if it had the slight hoppiness taste, like, I could not drink that beer. So I had to drink the grainy wheat beers and your malt beers, but I didn't even like malt either. So it was just light. Coors Light was my number one. And then it was like Blue Moon. But I didn't like hoppy beers at all until I went to North Carolina. You smell the hops and you taste the beer that those hops are in, and it changes your life. Like, it changed my taste in beer. It totally did. Because if I drink any beer that I used to like, it actually tastes like sour feet. And I'm just like, I don't like this shit. Like, it's watered down, or it's just like over complex skated, like the flavors don't match at all. Like, it's horrible.
Yeah,
like, you can taste the manufacturedness.
I usually go to Kroger. I don't know if they have Kroger in Oklahoma, but
they do in Arkansas and
like
Texas. I've been to Kroger, but they don't have them where I'm at. But they have things like it.
Well, they have like a make your own six-pack section where they have bunches of different craft beers. And I'll usually make my own six-pack and try out, like, some different craft beers. But, like, when I'm just hurting for cash or I'm trying to save money and I feel like I want beer, I don't really like those cheap beers. Like, I'll only drink Budweiser and Coors Light. Other than that, I'm not really drinking any kind of cheap beer.
I can't do the light beers. I can only do the heavies, like Budweiser and then Coors Banquet. Like,
Coors Light actually doesn't taste that bad for a light beer, but Bud Light just tastes like piss water. So
yes, but I will give you that Coors Light is better than Bud Light, but still, like, I gotta drink a heavy beer. If I'm gonna drink a light beer, it's Michelob Ultra because it literally has no taste. It has like no taste, so it's like you're drinking carbonated air beer. And getting drunk off of it a little bit.
Yeah. What is it? I always messed with my buddy because like his Bud Light was like his favorite beer, and it's also my stepdad's favorite beer. And I'm just like, oh, you're gonna eat a fucking salad with your Bud Light? Are you trying to watch your goddamn figure? Because that's what you're drinking. You're
Yeah.
drinking water.
It's like, and I want to tell people drinking Bud Light, you might as well drink that Michelob Ultra because it's so much better for you and it tastes so much better. I promise. But
And also the cans are pretty cool. Like I don't know why, but I like those slim cans that they come in like the can style.
that's what I'm drinking now. It's a little bit more than a typical beer. But back to where you were talking about Kroger, how you go to the Kroger store and you pick out a 6-pack that you make.
Yeah.
That's what Oklahoma, when I was telling you, they have those Bible Belt laws. We're fucking behind that. You can't sell beer over 3 point in
Oklahoma?
grocery stores. Yes, 3 point. And 3 point is that Bud Light watered down beer.
What about your liquor? Is your liquor state regulated?
In liquor, you can only sell liquor in liquor stores. They have liquor stores. That's why.
Same here in Ohio. Like our liquor is state regulated, so you got to go like there's some grocery stores or like licensed state stores around where you can buy liquor. But like you can have beer like up to 13% alcohol though, anywhere, even in a gas station. It's just like you can't get liquor above 13% either. Like anything that's going to be 13%, you got to get from a state store. Like
Yeah.
you can get that cheap, like because you know how they have what was it, like different kinds of gins and rums, and they have like low alcohol versions of it at gas stations, and then they got the stronger version of it. That's basically what it's like here.
Yep. But it's insane here because it's very Bible Belt. But Arkansas is by county. And there's a few counties that like bind together, and you can't buy any alcohol. Let it be beer. If it has any alcohol in it, you can't buy it. So you got to go to like the next county over. And I had a cousin that had a wedding in a alcohol-free county. And I don't know how many weddings you've ever been to, but have you ever been to a wedding that you could not drink any alcohol?
I went to one wedding when I was 6, so I was obviously too young to really even understand the concept of alcohol.
Since you've been drinking.
Yeah, well, since I turned 21, no. But I was 19 at my brother's old wedding, and I drank there because it was an open bar and nobody gave a fuck.
But you drank there, so it's
Yeah,
not a dry
I drank
wedding.
there.
It's not a dry wedding.
Yeah.
I'm talking about nobody is drinking. You don't ever drink.
Yeah, like, no, fuck that. You gotta have at least, even if you don't drink, you gotta have at least, like, a glass of wine or some champagne to celebrate it.
No, nothing.
You know?
Nothing. I'm talking only water, orange juice.
Not even, they didn't even have
pop.
wine.
No, water, orange juice, and pop.
That's disgusting.
And not only that, but the county you're in is alcohol free. So even though you're staying at a hotel, like you can't order any alcohol. You can't even go to the Walmart and buy some alcohol. Oh fuck! I just gave that up. Like we went, me and my dad, we got money for our family to make a beer run. And we're like, where the fuck is the beer? And they're like, there is no beer. You got to go a county over. And you're in Arkansas, so a county over is a good 30-minute drive. And it's just like, my dad doesn't drink, so he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, tough fucking luck. We're getting food and we're just getting out of here. So, yeah, alcohol-free weekend on a wedding weekend is fucking weird. It's just like, and I smoke a lot of pot. I smoke more pot than I drink. I didn't bring pot on that trip, and I was fucking punching myself in the face so many fucking times, like, Not literally, but figuratively. Just punch myself like I'm totally sober. This is the longest I've gone without like smoking and drinking anything.
Yeah,
Oh, it sucked.
the thing is though, like my dad's a major alcoholic, and he's the main reason. Like his behavior is the reason I hardly ever drink. Like I've only been drunk one time this year, and that was on New Year. But I'll have like a beer here and there. Like right now
Yeah.
I'm having a Coors Light just because it's my day off. But like I like hardly ever drink, so like I can deal with a dry wedding. But I mean, I think I'd still like, even if I don't feel like drinking that day, I'd still want to at least have like a glass of wine and have a toast.
Oh yeah,
Where
for
they do
sure.
throw a toast? Did they throw a toast and everybody had like sparkling juice and orange crush in their wine glasses? What the fuck? That's ridiculous.
Dude, I'm like the same way as you. It's just that, like I said, Oklahoma laws are so far behind. We're finally catching up. That it's this fresh like craze that I've just become addicted to drink craft brews. And it's like I don't drink to get drunk. I drink to like drink the beers, and I just
Yeah,
get drunk as a product of it.
because you guys are finally able to like drink more than just piss water.
Yeah. Like my college days, I would drink during like football game weekends, but that was it. Like the only times I got drunk were special occasions like New Year's, birthdays, you know, spring break holidays, summer holidays, shit like that. But that was it.
That's
I
about the
wasn't
only
much of
time
a
I get
drinker.
drunk.
And man, that's why this beer gets me pretty drunk, and I'm like so drunk off of like 3 tall boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can imagine, especially if you're not used to drinking beer like that on a regular
Yeah.
basis.
Oh, and another reason I didn't drink is because hangovers. I have the worst hangovers, but the thing about craft brews, they use organic ingredients, natural alcohol.
Not all of them do.
The good ones. That's why I stick with the good ones, and you can tell. Uh, the microbrews, they make natural shit, and you can tell definitely. My hangovers, of course I'll have one, but it's like fuck. After an hour of being awake, they're gone. It's insane. I had the worst hangovers, but not if I drink craft brews, but only craft brews.
I'm just walking around waiting for my game to download, and I'm not even like I'm not playing anything. I'm just cleaning my apartment because my mom's coming over to visit tomorrow. I'm like, I can't have her come over, and my place is a fucking mess.
Dude, I'm the same fucking way. I got a niece that is having a baby in like a week and a half's time, dude. And the hospital is like literally just down the street. But I'm so excited. Like my literal niece. I was an uncle at 5 years old. She's literally like my little sister, but she's truly my niece. I'm the uncle. I'm gonna be like a fucking great uncle. It's so awesome. Like, my dad married
Only
into.
28, and you got that great status already as a family
But
member.
dude, guess what? I'm already a great uncle because my dad married into a big family, and she literally already has a grandbaby that has already had a baby. So I'm literally already a step grand uncle. It's just I haven't
What
known
the
her my
fuck?
whole life. I've only known her the
Step
past
grand
3 years.
uncle?
Yeah. Like literally. My stepmom just became another grandma. She had another grandbaby, but she also had a great granddaughter. Because literally, my step grandniece, her mom had a baby. She had a baby like 3 months later. Like literally, she's having a baby at the 3 months after her mom has a baby. It's fucking weird, but it's cool. It's how it is. It's a huge family. It's Oklahoma as fuck. But literally, my blood niece that I told you about like straight up blood niece since 5 years old. She's having a baby. I'm so excited. She got married just over a year ago.
Because now you can have the experience like being old enough to enjoy the fact that you're about to be an uncle,
Actual
and
like
not actually, and not like, oh, I just got married in and like you're magically my niece now type deal.
Like there's like a baby boom on my step side of the family. And she's like, ooh, babies, but this baby I'm excited for, man. I don't care how much it cries. I'm gonna love this one.
Like, I don't care how much it cries.
This one's gonna be my little boy, my little homie. It's gonna be a boy named Aiden. They already named it.
Yeah, so my brother got divorced a year or two after he got married, and he never had like a kid with this woman. And then he moved back down from Cleveland, Ohio, back down here to Columbus. And now he's dating a girl now who's my brother's 30, but he's dating a girl that's like my age.
Yeah.
But I hope that they have sweet babies so I can be an uncle. So I can be that old family member like, do you want to play with your uncle? And I can take him out and do cool things with him. Like take him to the zoo or some shit whenever my brother just wants a day off.
Yeah, man, I was an uncle at fucking 5 years old, right? Holding a baby at 5 years old. Like, holy shit, I'm an uncle. But then I don't see her for like 2 years. And she grows older. And you know that, like, just toddlerness, like doing whatever the fuck you want, always getting in trouble, always getting spankings. I was able to be that uncle that gave spankings. But literally, I took it so far that my sister pulled me aside. Is like, okay, I know you're an uncle, but you're taking it too far. Like, unless you have my permission, do not spank my daughter. I'm like, okay.
And you were too.
I was fucking like 9 years old, 10 years old.
Because it's not like you were just like doing it when she deserved it. You were just taking it overboard, and like every little thing she did, you were spanking her.
Exactly. But I have a younger niece, right, that was born like 3 years after. And like I already went through that phase of like being that like mean like older brother just spanking whenever the fuck I want. So I decided to be like that cool older brother that also played pranks on the younger kid. Because I would always be like, hey, come here real quick. And then I'd turn off all the lights, shut like the door to the closet, and then hold that door closed and be like, oh my god, there's a ghost in there! Like, or whatever the fuck, and scare the fuck out of her. Okay, my youngest niece, she fucking loves like horror films and shit. She loves being scared the fuck out of. But she always hated me like scaring the fuck out of her because I would just be so realistic. So like all those scary movies doesn't scare the shit out of her because I already scared the shit out of her. And she has some Louisiana Cajun blood in her, so she likes all that spicy shit. It just drinks milk and eats spicy shit. Drinks milk and eats spicy shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I
like spicy stuff.
I only like a little bit of spice, but only a little bit of spice to, like, feel a kick. But if it's so much spice that it makes your mouth so much that you're just on fire, fuck that shit. Fuck that.
So if you ever end up sometime, like, ever visiting Ohio, there's a place in downtown Columbus called the North Market, and it's kind of set up to where they have like just a bunch of specialty food stores. Like there's this place that sells like bison, duck, deer meat and stuff. They're called like Columbus, Ohio, like poultry and game.
Yeah.
And then there's like old Thai food stores, like Swedish
Thai
baking
food is
stores.
The shit. That's why it's
Swedish
all
baking
like
stores, like Thai
two,
restaurants.
maybe
Yeah. And they had, like, there's all these really cool, like, food shops and little restaurants, and they have, like, a coffee shop with legitimate coffee. Like, even if you don't like your coffee black, this coffee's so good that you'll want to drink it black. Like, this is the type of coffee it is.
Yeah.
Like that, just like high-class barista coffee. And they have this store that's got different types of sauces and salsas. And they have some really hot sauces. And I got this really hot stuff. You can search it up on the internet and see what it's all about, because you can buy it online too. It's by Kajan's, and it's the Elixir of Trinidad 7-pot hot sauce. And it's made with it's made with 3 different peppers. The Trinidad 7-pot peppers, and all 3 of them are in the top 5 hottest peppers in the world. And they get the name 7-pot because 1 pepper can, like, spice 7 pots of stew. And this shit is so hot. Like, I made some rice with it, right? But, like, if I want to season my rice, before I even put the rice in, I'll put the seasoning in the water that I'm boiling, right? So, like, it'll soak into the rice, and the rice tastes so good that way. Well, I just did a couple drops of this hot sauce, and my dad was over watching the Buckeye game, the Thursday night one against Indiana.
Yeah.
And my dad's got like terrible lungs from smoking and everything, and I could feel it in the air. And I wasn't coughing, but I could feel like the hot sauce in the air in the back of my throat. And my dad's over there like, he's like, "What did you do?" Like I fucking threw mustard gas into my little apartment. And my dad, like, went outside and threw up.
Wow.
Like, this hot sauce is disgusting. Like I said, I just put 2 drops in the water that I was boiling, and it made my dad go outside and throw up. Just from breathing the air in.
Literally, a fresh jalapeno slice or 2, like, in something, is, like, the hottest I can take.
You're a wimp.
I am. But honestly, I was worse when I was younger. I couldn't do any spice at all. But, like, as I've gotten older, I can take a fresh jalapeno, and that's it. Like, those pickled jalapenos, I can take a few of those.
Oh, sweet, I've cleaned my desk off, so now I can, like, put my pencils and my sketchbook on the desk. There we go. I gotta clean my goddamn bathroom. I haven't done dishes in a week. I've been lazy working all this overtime at work. But, like, this week, like, next week we're gonna have overtime opportunities again, but this week has been, it's been rough because of Hurricane Irma. And we get a lot of our freight from, like, you know, Texas and Florida and whatnot. And their docks, like, our freight comes from their docks and shit like that. Because they load them from the docks on the trucks. And then from there they go, you know, go to other facilities. And we're one of the biggest Amazon facilities, like, in the nation. So, you know, we get a lot of the big freight from those big states.
Fuck!
But the docks have been shut down. So they've been, like, presenting us with VTO opportunities this week. Like, I took Tuesday off, but I didn't do anything, so I just slept. And then today's, like, my first, like, official day off, and my whole apartment's just messy. Like, my carpet's filthy and shit. And I finally have an opportunity to just clean.
Dude, I don't blame you, dude. Like, fuck. See, I just got my own place, like, just a few months ago, but it was right before... Remember how I told you I went to North Carolina for 2 weeks? It was, like, right before that, and, like, that North Carolina trip ran me $3,500 to $4,000. Like, I haven't, like, really... It's so much that I really haven't calculated how much exactly, because I don't really want to know. But $3,500 to $4,000... that pretty much I had to do on credit because I spent all my cash on hand getting a new place. And so I've been having to catch up from that shit. So I've been living on a minimal budget while keeping a happy lifestyle, and it's just been sucky. But it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. See, look, My goal is to like get me a better car, and then what I'm gonna do is save up, you know, my rainy day fund, get like $5 grand in the bank, and then save up for a down payment on the house. And that's why I've been working all this overtime.
Nice.
And that's why I'm drinking Coors Light. I'm trying to save because I'm trying to save money. I have the money to go out and buy like a 24 pack of IPAs if I wanted to, but if you want a house, you know, people don't afford houses because they're rich. They afford houses because they know how to manage their money and save it.
I totally understand. I'm actually going to start doing real estate classes here pretty soon. I've been kind of procrastinating on it because I've just been working so much, but it's becoming a slow point at work to where like it's the best time to start. So I'm going to start now. Because Oklahoma City is always booming. It's in such a booming market right now. There's so much land. It's always expanding. New shit always coming in. So.
It's like I feel like Ohio has so much land to expand on, but we don't because we have so many farms. You know, farms are really.
You need those farms.
Yeah. But like eventually, you know, once they figure out how to do like, you know, more crops and shit,
urban
like
farming.
where you don't have to.
Urban farming.
I'm trying. Yeah, like once like farming technology goes up and they can figure out how to get stuff to grow faster and like have smaller farms. For now, Ohio's like not gonna expand a whole lot like as far as real estate, but like in the future, Ohio is gonna be a gold mine, you know, for houses.
The thing about Ohio is that I personally don't like, and it's not the only place, it's just so cold, dude. You have some harsh winters up there, man.
Oh, lately our winters haven't been that bad.
No,
actually.
Even in your opinion, the winters you don't think is that bad, to me is just like fucking the worst in Oklahoma. Like, Oklahoma gets some bad winters, but it's just like fucking snow on the ground almost all the time. But I know up in Ohio that y'all experience weeks upon snow at a time, right?
No, not really.
No, I know you do.
No, we really don't, especially as of late.
What? Are you not... Columbus, right, is where you're at. And that's like central Ohio, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure, like, I'd have to say northern and northeast Ohio gets a little bit more snow than we do, but like as far as like terms of snowfall, we only get like a couple every winter.
Really? Man, it just seems
like our winters aren't that bad. Like that's like people think they are just because, you know, like people like you that don't actually live in Ohio. It's not like I can see like how you can think it's like cold. But no, we don't get nowhere near as much snow as like the world thinks we do.
Dude, then it might be the coldness, dude. Because the coldness even affects me here in Oklahoma. Like, sometimes it gets so cold, I'm like, I don't want to experience any colder than this. Like, fuck it. Like, this is fucking cold. And I'm in Oklahoma. It gets cold, but it's not like that year-round. And I know that, so I'm like, it's worth it to live in Oklahoma. Because I do like the cold, especially the snow, but only when I want snow, not like all the fucking time. Because I know Boston for sure. Boston has this problem where it's like, when it snows, you clear out a spot and you like claim that spot, and then it's like a war over that spot. Right? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, because actually my buddy that's on here on PlayStation that I went to high school with, like, that we're both Celtics fans, he's from Boston, and he can vouch, like, winters were nasty, he said.
Yeah.
Like, he hated winter in Boston.
And see, when I went to college, in Oklahoma State, Stillwater, Oklahoma, it was kind of the same thing. The closer you got to campus, the more valuable a spot was, especially in wintertime when there was snow all over the place. So I'm like, man, if it was bad then for that short period of time, like a week here and a week there every year or so, like I can't imagine that like for like 6-8 weeks at a time. Like I'd go nuts because when it has snowed a lot here, I get that cabin fever to where I'm just like losing my mind because all there is just like inside and then there's just snow everywhere.
See, look, my brother, he lived in North Carolina for a while because he's a project manager, like he does software development. Like say like when you work at a warehouse, you know, like the scanners that you use are like, where do you work?
Go-karts, indoor go-karts.
Like he'll like, you know how you guys have like your own specific software for certain things? I bet you do, right?
Yeah, there's programs and certain
like
companies that have done it.
Yeah. See, look, he goes to facilities that are opening up, or like, you know, facilities that are updating their you know, their company system software, and he helps them design those like systems, like as far as security and, you know, system functionality and stuff. Like he helps design that shit.
Probably does it the right way. Do you know if it's Lavu? Is it Lavu?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know exactly what kind. But he had to live in North Carolina for a year because, you know, they're on this big project in North Carolina. He's a big project manager.
If they do
said, like,
anything on the Apple iPads exclusively, anything like Apple exclusive, it sucks because they constantly update. And if you don't have like the current device, it fucking sucks. Like Android is different. Android can keep up like 5-10 years down. But
Speaking of Apple, I just got me an iPhone.
Like what model?
iPhone 6. Just because, like I said, I'm trying to save money.
Oh yeah, I don't blame you because that's like solid. It knows what to fucking do. But if you're trying to do like current things that are like brand new, like you just can't do it. And that's what I'm trying to say. The program, the software, is going towards whatever the current shit can do. Whereas we're on fucking iPad generation fucking 1 and generation fucking 2. Like you have to stay to that shit and write the code to where only iPad generation 1 can fucking understand. Because if you don't do that shit, it won't work right. And it's a problem for this company because they're trying to keep up with current things. Like new clients wanting like iPad generation 10, but yet their OG customers from 10 years ago are on the fucking iPad generation 1. That's the biggest problem right now with the tech companies. I guarantee you that is keeping up with generation 1 and generation fucking now, which is like generation 10. There's a good decade gap. It fucking sucks. On my end, because I'm on those generation 1s, generation 2s, and it's just like, ugh, these fucking suck.
I'm doing my dishes right now. Can you hear the water?
A little bit, yeah. I don't blame you.
Yeah,
you have your headset on? That's what I used to do all the fucking time. You know what I got going on right now?
What?
That PlayStation camera.
Oh, yeah, are you broadcasting?
Yeah, no, I'm not broadcasting. It's just you and me. But, like, you hear my chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sensitive fucking camera, but yet it's not loud.
You do use your camera as a mic. That's why it always sounds like you're talking from the fucking background. I forgot about you doing that.
Exactly. It fucking sucks. Because if I move it close to where my voice is, it hears the TV, so it sounds the TV, and it's an echo of the TV. It's just like, fuck. But I have those headsets that you have on right now, but when I moved, I lost my attachment that goes into the USB port, so I can't connect my headphones to my PlayStation right now.
Oh, okay.
Fucking failed. And I remember fucking packing that little USB drive, putting it in the box that I knew it was fucking in. It somehow just fell the fuck out.
Back to my story about my brother, though, like when he had to live in North Carolina for a year for that project.
Yeah.
Like through the winter, like they're not used to that. They don't get, like, we don't even get a lot of snow. But like we still, like, even when we do get a big snow, like we'll still have businesses open. And, you know, like, schools will either be, like, they'll be closed. They won't, like, panic, but they'll either be closed or be on, like, a 2-hour delay.
Yeah.
And he said, like, in North Carolina, like, they got an inch of snow one time. And, like, businesses were shutting down, schools were closing.
No, that's how Oklahoma is. It's like 1-2 inches, and they're like, fuck it, let's close down. Because we haven't had the snow in a while. Yep.
Yeah, he said it was weird, like, when there was an inch on the ground, he was, like, one of the only people on the road. And he said it was so weird, it was like a ghost town, he couldn't understand it. Because, like, if there's just an inch on the ground, like, you're still walking to school here in Ohio.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
I mean, I know that sounds bad, but, like, it's just a fucking inch. Like, if you can't drive in an inch of snow, if you can't drive in an inch of snow, you have no business of ever even visiting Ohio unless it's in the middle of the summer.
But the thing is, where we are, like North Carolina, it's the same thing. When they get an inch of snow, they're like not used to driving on that inch of snow, so their experience is like fucking. You do not want to be on the roads when those people are on the roads. Even if you know what the fuck you're doing, those people will fuck up and they'll crash into you. So that's why they just cancel it for everybody. And that's why Oklahoma is the same way. But if we're getting like fucking pelted with snow, where we have snow all the time, everybody's used to snow being on the ground all the time. So they're used to driving over it. Because the people that don't drive on it, they don't drive on it. They stay the fuck home. The people that can drive on it, drive on it. So that's just kind of how it is in Oklahoma. So it's similar to North Carolina, but sometimes we get pelted where we have that shit where there's snow everywhere. We just fucking deal with it.
And this fucking Tupperware container smells. I forgot I still had some food in it. No!
Oh, fucking... Hold it in. Don't puke. Don't puke. Don't puke.
No, I don't puke. There was one time, though, like, over at my dad's house, like, I was gone for, like, a couple weeks. This was, like, when I was in high school, and I had, like, some kind of leadership trip where I was gone for a couple weeks. My dad, like I said, like, he'll just, like, not do dishes or shit, and he'll just drink a lot. I got home, and, like, he had the dishes piled up, and he left something at the bottom that was just, like, full of food. And when I opened it up, I was just like, like, I don't puke, but I'll gag. But this doesn't smell that bad. It doesn't smell like I'm gonna gag bad, but it still smells bad. And I didn't notice because it didn't smell bad enough because I live in a studio, so I basically have a hotel room with a kitchen, you know, attached to it. And if I leave something like a perishable food in the trash and I leave it there for a couple of days, I'll come home from work and I can smell it, so I can take that trash out. But the food that was in here, it was at the bottom and it didn't smell too bad, so like it wasn't making my apartment smell. And I just uncovered it and opened it and I was like, oh fuck, like this fucking smells.
Dude, my dad, when I lived with him for a good year's time, like after my parents got a divorce, like I had taken a break from college, like he was a fucking clean fanatic, and he would go on business trips or like even in personal vacation trips, and when he'd come home, and if it wasn't clean, he'd get on my ass, but like he would still like like make a mess, have all these dishes, have me clean his shit. Because like when I've lived on my own and have like personal roommates, I don't clean my roommate's shit. Whatever happens, if my roommate makes a mess, they're gonna clean that shit up. If I clean my roommate's mess up, you better guarantee you they're gonna clean my mess up like fucking 10 times over. And that's a huge thing I have with like roommates. Like if you don't clean your shit up, like you're gonna clean my shit up 10 times over. And they just get in that debt of like, fuck, I'm dirty, you're the first person to be fucking dirty. I cleaned your shit up plenty of fucking times. But anyway, I just could not stand how my dad would fucking make a mess and just go on vacation, come back and be like, why the shit is my place dirty? And I'm like, what the hell? I've cleaned all my shit up. You're like, what are these dishes? I'm like, those are yours. He'd be like, why the fuck did you not clean them? This is my fucking house. You're living here. You're my fucking maid. I was his fucking maid. Oh my god, it sucked. Because, like, you know, my parents got divorced right beforehand, so I would go to my mom's place every once in a while, and my mom cleans up after me, like, almost 90% of the time. You know, that's how moms are. Like, you just pull your weight a little bit, and your moms will go, like, 2 extra miles. So, like, and my dad just, like, fucking clean my shit, bitch.
See, like, I live in the same apartment complex as my dad, and my dad doesn't clean anything, and his, like, apartment's a mess. And, like, he just lets the dog shit all over the place. Like I said, he doesn't clean or anything, but he, like, tried. He even said, like, I like taking care of you, but he always hits me up before I have to go to work. Like, you got lunch for work? I made some food. You can have some. You know? And that's how it sounds. But he won't clean.
And it's like, I've had a quite a few handful of roommates, but like I will say my dad is the best one. Even if my mom was a roommate, even though I never lived with my mom, like totally, like it wouldn't compare to my dad, because my dad's the better cook, he's way more funny, like way more fun than any of my roommates. So, yeah, I love my dad, but, like, fuck. I couldn't stand living with him for any longer.
I would have said, hey, Dad, listen, I'll split the bills with you if that means you fucking clean up after yourself. That's what I would have said.
That was another perk. My dad carried, like, all the bills outside of, like, every once in a while when he'd get pissed off, he'd be like, you're paying me for this month's rent. And I'd be like, okay, here's this month's rent. But,
like, I worked too, like, acting like it was going to piss you off.
I was making so much money and spending so much money because I wasn't paying rent. I wasn't paying nothing. Outside of, like, every once in a while, I'd pay, like, a month's rent.
Look, that's what it was like living with my mom, but, like, I had to, like, take out the trash and do the dishes and do that, like, your basic, like, you know, remedial tasks around the house. That was my only, like, thing I had to do. Like, my rent was basically, I didn't even have to clean the house. Like, I occasionally had to wipe the bathroom down, but, like, really all my mom asked of me was just, like, do the dishes and take out the trash, which basically just means make sure the house doesn't smell.
Yeah, Mama always makes you pull your own weight. And if you do, she'll go like 2 extra miles. If you don't, she'll make you do like twice your own weight.
Yeah, but it's like it's amazing though. Like she'll take care of me. Like when I first moved in, and she gave me like $100 for like to stock up the place on food because she knew I had to pay a bunch to move in. And then like tomorrow, like she's coming over, she'll just randomly like call me when she's like on my side of town. And she'll be like, hey, you want to go out to lunch? I'll buy. Stuff like that. Or like, she said, I haven't seen you in a while. Let me take you out to lunch. Like, she'll still take care of me even though I don't live with her. Like Mama Bear, basically.
She always sounds like that on the phone, even when she's like pissed off yelling at you and somebody calls you. She's like, "Hello, this is Marie." Like, oh my God, you were just like the devil, like a split second before, and then you go to like a fucking lily pad. Like, what the hell?
Oh no, it's funny. Like my grandma's like a sweet old lady, and she like loves to take care of people and feed people. And she'll what is it? Like she'll call me, you know, and like ask me to come over and help her. Like every summer, like I'll plant her like garden for her because she's getting too old to do it. Not necessarily. She's not that old. She's only like she's only 68, so she's not too old yet. But like her hands, she's been having nerve problems with her hands, so she can't really like, you know, mess with her hands a whole lot before they start to hurt. Like it's like, you know, when you're taking notes in class and it's like your hand starts to cramp up. That's like her hands constantly, so I do that. But I go over there and she'll be trying to do shit like pay me like $100 just for like 5 hours worth of work. And she'll be constantly like feeding me and stuff. She'll keep like trying to shove food down my throat. Like it's hilarious. She'll like she like tries to tell you like like she's trying to, cause I'm a pretty big guy. I've gained a lot of weight since high school, and she's like like she'll try to find nice, subtle, like not so mean ways to just say that like I'm putting on weight or something like that. She'll like, yes, you know, the good Lord wants you to take care of your body, and you know, like it's good to, you know, eat bad foods, but you know, in moderate portions. And, you know, you want to have, like, a good, you know, heavy breakfast and then, you know, light lunch and dinner and blah, blah, blah. And you want to eat good fruits and vegetables. And she was like, you're a handsome young man, David, but you know, I just want to see you live a long life. I want to see you live longer than I'm living right now. And then the next thing you see, she's like, it's okay to snack, though. And she'll try to feed me cookies and chips. She'll, like, tell me I'm getting fat and then, like, try to feed me a bunch of fucking junk food right after she just gave me a spiel. Like, my grandma's a fucking character. She tells me I'm fat in the nicest way possible, and that's what I think's hilarious about it. And I called her out on it, too, one time, and she got embarrassed. She was like, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying that you're putting on some weight, and I don't want to see your health go downhill or whatever. You know, I was like, Grandma, just tell me I'm fat. It's okay. Like, I'm not going to be mad. But yeah, she'll shove junk food down your throat after telling you that you're fat, and it makes no sense. Still don't quite understand my grandma.
No, that's how grandmas are. They always want to make sure your appetites are always full. And that's even to where my mom is, because she's been a grandma so much. Like, my mom used to always bitch about how much my grandma would, like, make sure everybody was full. Like, she would make sure you had enough fucking salad, you had enough fucking mashed potatoes, enough fucking rice, enough fucking hamburger, enough fucking everything. Everything there was on the table, she asked you if you had enough of it.
Yeah, that's my grandma too. Like, every time we have a family dinner, she comes up to me, starts rubbing my back and says, did you have enough to eat, grandson? And I'm over there, like, looking like I'm going to die because I just ate a whole turkey, you know?
And that's what my mom is now, and she used to bitch about it all the time growing up. Like, my fucking mother-in-law, your grandma, always ask us if we have enough food to fucking eat. Of course we do. The fucking table is full of it. And there's only 8 of us. There's only 8 of us at the table. And I'm like, when it comes to the modern times, like a Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, there's only 4 or 5 of us at my mom's table. And she's like, yeah, have you had enough of this? And it's like, Mom, there's only 4 or 5 of us. We've had enough. It's the same thing you used to bitch about all the time.
Yeah, so my mom, she used to bitch about it a lot too. You know, and used to never want to cook or do anything, but like since she's getting closer to, because my mom's real young, my dad's old. Like my dad brought her cradle with my mom, But now that my mom's finally getting close to 50, you know, she's like 46, so
Yeah.
she's
yeah.
not that old. But like now that she's getting, you know, closer to 50, she's starting to adopt that old lady hospitality like my grandma is. And I'm like, oh my god, my mom is turning into my grandma, and my grandma is still my grandma. So I basically have two grandmas now that just want to shove food down my throat, even though I'm fat enough as it is.
Yeah, and stereotypically also, the parent always bitches about the parent-in-law. They always praise their actual parent, but always make their in-laws seem lesser of their actual parents. Stereotypically, there are those couples that are unique and they praise both their parents equally, but like that's typically how it is. Oh, and shit, what was I about to say? Fucking NASCAR. Yeah. Oh, I gotta run that shit all the way down. Jesus.
My shit finally died.
Yeah, I noticed you went black. Or dark would be the right.
Yeah, no, there's no white noise anymore. Oh, Smite's downloaded, but not fucking Neverwinter. Okay, I see how it is. All I really have to do now, because I just finished my dishes, is just like wipe off the counters and then scrub the toilet. And then when I get up tomorrow, vacuum. And my mom won't bitch about my house being. Yeah, so now my mom won't bitch about my house being fucking messy. I'm a Browns fan, but I like to play with the Giants on Madden.
Oh, I'm a Cowboys fan, dude. We kicked the Giants' ass, man. Fuck them. And the Browns are way cooler,
Fuck
dude.
the Giants, okay.
Yeah, fuck the Giants up that fucking asshole. The Cleveland Browns are way better, man. They're on the uprise. Because they're pretty much on the bottom and it's not hard to uprise from that shit.
Wait, why is my Madden deleted? What the fuck? My Madden 18 just like deleted itself. That pissed me off. Somewhere along the line, I accidentally deleted my Madden, so I gotta re-download it.
Damn, that's like a 3-hour download. Wireless.
Because I was literally just about to start talking shit and say, like, you play as the Cowboys and I play as the Giants, and I will literally tear you apart.
Take that challenge.
Trust me, Paul Perkins would have at least 100 rush yards. Eli would have at least 300 pass yards. And I would hold you to 10 points. I'm real mad Smite downloaded before Neverwinter.
Dude, it looks like it's not even a quarter way. It's like doubled since the last saw. It's not much.
Budget fucking internet?
No, I think it's because I'm on Madden Ultimate Team, because it does take some internet coverage that it's just like, fuck no, I'm not going to download this very fast at all. Because I've noticed that if it's downloading while I'm playing like an online game, it doesn't download fast at all. If I played something that didn't include online, it would download a little bit faster, but not very much.
Like, I was playing UFC, and that's like almost exclusively online, and Smite downloaded, and Neverwinter's halfway downloaded.
I'm on wireless too.
Yeah, it's like I'm hardwired, and I got 50 megabytes.
That might be why you beat me at Madden.
I don't know what the fuck was going on.
No, I'm kidding. You were reading me like a motherfucker, at least on defense. I got lucky on defense. And if I wouldn't have fucking play action, if I would have ran the ball like I was doing, I would have been okay. Because I got the ball last, and you would have been at a disadvantage, but since you got that safety, it fucked me away.
My whole defense was elites, and then my middle linebacker and my left end were both 90s. Oh, I was going to play a little with Smite, but Smite's not even fully downloaded.
Just like the base version?
Yeah. I can't always play some Battlefield or Grand Theft Auto. Do you have Grand Theft Auto 5?
Used to, but I'm over it.
You're over it.
Yeah. I beat it on Xbox 360, the story. Played through half the story on PS4, and then a lot of the GTA Online, but it's such a popular game that there's so many idiots on that game. I just cannot fucking deal with. And I played it when it was kind of first out on PS4, and it would just take forever to get in a game. Like, I'd sit there for like 10, 15 minutes and be like, what the fuck? I'm not getting into a game. I had like 45 minutes before I had to go to work. I'm sitting there for like 15 minutes. Like, what the fuck? Now I only have 30 minutes until I got work. So, I just got tired of it and sold it. I haven't played it since.
I'm not gonna lie, if I had like if I actually had like a newer car, like a better car, because my truck's not in the best shape, I'd probably drive out and hang out with this girl.
Yeah. That hot?
Yeah. Every time I get like a text message tone, I can hear it on your end.
Oh, yeah.
Ding.
Because you have that
Or like,
iPhone.
yeah, or like when I send a message, you hear the boom.
Yeah. My phone's been silent so you don't hear my customized ringtone. You ever watch the show 24?
No, but my dad used to watch it.
Yeah, they have like a office ringtone that's just like stereotypical for that show. But that's my fucking ringtone. And it just sounds like a phone's going off in the office, like a boop 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 boop.
So I'm trying to sell my vape because I got it like a couple weeks ago and I really don't want it. I'm just trying to get some money back. And it's like a real good mod and everything. And I put it on sale for 110 and everybody's like asking me to trade on that. You ever heard of Let Go?
Yeah, but I only use like Craigslist and Facebook.
Yeah, well, I was using Let Go and like I got a bunch of people messaging me like, would you trade? Like I had this one guy that say like, he was like, would you deliver to me? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll deliver to you or whatever. Like where do you stay at and crap like that. And he lives about 40 minutes away. I'm like, oh fuck, like I'll do it just because I want the money because he's gonna give me 110. But at first he kept trying to trade me like stupid shit. Like he tried to trade me a fake G-Shock watch. And I just said, and I was just nice about it, and I was just like, oh, I really don't want that watch. And then he tried to trade me a couple pairs of Jordans, which were actually really nice, and I probably would have taken it. But they were too small because they were size 9 and I wear 11. And then he was like, okay, well, I'll pay 110 for it if you can deliver because, my car's broken down. I was like, okay, I can do that. So I'm going over there tomorrow, but like, and he tried it one more time. He tried to trade me an iPhone 5S, which is only like worth $50 now. And he tried to trade that for like my big vape mod that I got for 175 2 weeks ago. That's when I told him, I was like, nah, that's a ripoff. And then there's another guy who will meet me halfway that actually wants to trade a real G-Shock watch. And I actually might do that. My buddy was like, a big problem with this younger generation is they've never had a slice of the humble pie.
Hmm. Oh.
Oh, I just friended one of my managers on Facebook. He's got a hot fucking wife. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, they're out there.
That's what happens when you're a manager at an Amazon. And he was in the Marines. She's got a big butt too. Jesus Christ. Damn, Mike.
Damn, I'm starting to fall asleep. I had a long fucking day. I didn't get much sleep last night.
Do you work day shift?
Today I did, but usually it's like evening shift.
Yeah, so look, I still got like 6 more hours till I'm probably gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm probably just about to draw. I always wondered what drinking the green juice at your apartment did. What does that do?
The green juice?
Yeah, what does that do?
What green juice, though?
At your apartment, like on the high-end apartments where you can like drink some wine, drink some whiskey and shit.
The only thing green juice I would think of is absinthe. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's not that. It's just like a random thing of green juice sitting next to vegetables in my apartment. And I'll make my character take a drink of it, but it really doesn't do anything.
In your apartment? What game are you talking about? A video game?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
The green juice is like if you were to get a whole bunch of like fruits and vegetables together that you need for your daily life, put them in a blender and juice it. That's what the green juice is. Like you can
Yeah,
get
I
that
know, but like, what does that do for your character, though?
I have no idea, but I'd imagine that if you're low on health, it'd improve your health. But if it's on Grand Theft Auto, it's just like smoking a bong. Like, it's just there to be there.
Now, I know what green juice is in real life. I've been thinking about starting to drink some green juice for breakfast, but I need to get me a blender.
Yeah.
I don't have a blender.
Yeah, I need a blender too. But
I have a studio though,
there's a good company called Bolt House Farms that's at
yeah,
Walmart.
I know. I used to drink their juice a lot, but it's too expensive.
It's not bad compared to their competitors because it's like $3 for what, half a liter, and you drink like a third of it each setting, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, but like you still save so much more money just cutting up a couple fruits and shit, you know.
Oh yeah, you can make a lot more for a lot more time. But yeah, I just finished this challenge. I'm gonna get off because I'm fucking wasted, tired, and pretty drunk, so I can't play football.
Dude, I hate these GTA races because nobody ever wants to race. They just slam into you.
I know.
At least now that I'm getting a higher level though, and I have like a decent car now. Like now I'm in ninth because some asshole decided to just fucking ram into me when I was in third place.
Alright, dude, I'm gonna check you later.
Alright, see ya.